Non-Americans who have been to the US. What is the weirdest thing about America that Americans don't realize is weird? It's big, like really big. I'm from the UK, and 2 years ago, I did Route 66, even taking the interstate. So not actual Route 66, but you get the idea. It took 4 days of 12+ hours driving to do it. It's goddamn huge. Conversely, my wife and I went to UK for the first time 2 years ago. We did the usual sights that a lot of tourists do, but part of our trip we rented a car and just went driving around from place to place. Saw a lot of the countries technically that way. Had a great time doing that, especially just driving right-hand drive for the first time. Seems most people we spoke to along the way were astounded by the distances we were going in any given day. To us, Californians, it wasn't even a second thought. I went there for university, and honestly, Americans just do a lot of little things that are generally nice. Holding the door open, smiling if you make eye contact while walking, randomly saying a quick greeting, etc. Random compliments too, and I never got the vibe that people were just making them up like some of my friends who haven't been say. If someone complimented someone's clothes, hair, whatever, it seemed like they meant it. They just didn't seem to hold back the random thoughts and said them out loud. I didn't even really notice the door holding thing after the first few days, but when I went back to my country, I actually missed it, lol. Not that I ever expected someone to hold the door even in America, but the absence of it, and quick smiles, was surprisingly noticeable back home. I've had people give me strange looks for holding the door open for them when in other countries. Sometimes they seem very confused, but occasionally they thank me, which is nice. Where I live in America, people don't lock their doors. Everyone knows everyone. And if someone is in crisis, the community will rally together and help. When we flooded, 2,500 people's homes were destroyed, and the people went block to block tearing homes to studs, clearing the water, and cleaning up anything that needed thrown, all for free. Businesses fed the community. Laundromats let them clean everything for free. Local organizations gathered clothes, furniture, and supplies to restart. It really made me thankful for the place that I live and the people around me. The tax isn't automatically added to the price shown in shops, restaurants, etc. If I only have $1 in my pocket, I'd like to see straight away what I can buy for that dollar without trying to find out the tax rate and calculating it. To be fair, I haven't met anyone in the US who doesn't also find this extremely annoying. Edit. Wow, I did not expect this to be controversial. For y'all's information, I live in the US, so I know a lot of people here. And if you're gonna get that salty that I said extremely, then man, you should probably find something better to do with your time. LOL. Americans can strike up a sincere conversation and not be weird about it. No one precedes a question with, "Sorry to be weird." They don't feel embarrassed if they don't know something. They can listen to you tell a story without jumping in to tell a vaguely similar story related to them. Americans tend to have tremendous social skills, though it's strange because some clearly don't appreciate how fucking nuts they are. I have lived in US my whole life, and I have a friend who is really outgoing. When we go shopping at any store, he literally jokes around with everyone that passes by, even to me. This is wild. I'm generally open to chit-chat, but he is non-stop laughing and playing with complete strangers. It's honestly so funny to be around. I am a not outgoing American who has spent a portion of my adult life overseas, and a lot of non-Americans from different places who've hung out with me long enough to feel comfortable sharing this have noted I come off as gregarious because I can start up and hold a conversation with people I don't know. In the US, I am considered reserved and quiet, despite acting the same there too. I find this difference in cultural reads interesting. To me, Northern Europeans and Canadians come across as very reserved, but I also find a lot of Americans obnoxious, loud, and inconsiderate of others' social cues when they clearly don't want to engage. I'm an American, but I'm always surprised that nobody in these threads mentions all of the self-storage we have here. There's storage units everywhere, and they're being built all the time. People have so much stuff that they can't fit it in their homes and rent out space for even more stuff. It's nuts to me. The reason for this is because self-storage businesses typically have low overhead costs and require you only a few employees. The owners of these businesses are effectively holding on to the real estate until a good offer comes along, while simultaneously building passive income. Some people buy dozens of them to build their little business empire. It's the same exact thing with car washes. Didn't realize, at least in NYC, that they still use swipe and sign for credit cards. Server took our card and we followed him to the server station because in Canada, they either bring the machine to you or you pay at the desk. This was 2017 and we hadn't had to sign for a bill in about a decade. Everybody in the Boba Gump thought we were the weird ones. This is because Americans started using credit cards early, so the machines for swipe up or sign are everywhere. As cards got prevalent in other countries, their newer machines use chip/PIN. It is expensive to replace machines. The pandemic forced a lot of change there.